What is up, everyone? So this is your host, Christopher Curtis Bowen, on this afternoon edition of the Christopher Bowen Show. Perhaps as a host, perhaps as an anchorman, perhaps just as a director, perhaps even as an actor. I could also be all three or all four. Forgot how to count. I can be all, parts of, the fact that I could be, a director and or an actor and or part of set crew or whatever. But more specifically, shout out to Zach Brown Band. I mean to say Zach Brown Band, not Zach Brown Band. That was a complete mess of words, or complete fumble of the words. I didn't mention, I think I might have mentioned it, but I didn't really mention. I forgot to mention that among all the other things that I mentioned yesterday in my last broadcast, I'm also a director. And I have a directorship, and I forgot to mention that, director of Project Lightseed. So, and I forgot to be, more direct with the movies and stuff, and that's actually what I want to get into. So, what am I directing? Is it movies? Is it TV shows? Is it a mixture of both? Is it media? Is it, news media? Is it, so I should really be specific. And the thing is about that, I don't really know, because, and that's kind of what that's what I'm going to get into more specific about. So, I'm gonna try and somehow have a set of order of how I actually want to perform my how I want to set up my set. All right, so and how I want to actually perform and how what degree of what degree it would be is it R-rated? Is it NC-17 or is it is it PG-13? Is it, the levels and stuff like that? What would it be? So, that's the kind of the question. That would be wondered. So I think one of the most important things now is to know the truth. Because that's what people are actually gonna want. That's what people are actually gonna advocate for. And there's no doubt that people are gonna want the truth. So that's obviously in a weird thing to say. It's kind of obvious to me that that's the foundation of Project Lightseed. But I'll just say that first. Project Lightseed. And the directorship, me as the director, but just in general, Project Lightseed, and we're going to break this down slowly, and there'll be different paces, but it'll be good. We'll be able to handle it. I mean, I'll be able to handle it. When I say we, I guess I'm referring to my set, and my set crew, and I'm referring to the actors, and all those who want to take part. I guess I'll just start off with saying the Bravers, and the teams, oh snap. Fudge. I haven't even been specific about. So I'm not going to get into the hiring process yet, or into the gathering process yet. Not quite yet. And then it's going to make sense a little bit after. Anyway, gosh, dude, I really would like some. Anyway, I'm just first of all, the whole thing that my focus is really just food, and abundance, and that. So that sort of bravery, that courage, that foreground, that is that's solid. So that's good. Or that's a positive thing, and that's one thing that I want to advocate and then encourage. Just lots of living beings, lots of Devic energy around me right now. Man, my lungs are exhausted right now, but I'm digressing. So it will literally be the attraction sort of thing. It'll be mainly I want videos that have to do with my own unique sort of dream world obsessions, and dream world obsessions. It's weird how honest I am about it, but dream world obsessions, but not world, just ashram first. Actually, first just studio. So it'll be a small studio, not too big, but a studio-sized studio. And the studio is is having a bunch of people, or not a bunch of people, but like one or two. So there'll be two or three or four, and then there'll be videos of one, and then videos of two, and then, videos of pairs, and then, oh snap, dude, the 4 might be too strong. The 5 and 6 and 7, I'm not even gonna get into like anything beyond 6 or 7 people. Snap, dude. But we'll start off with one, and then they'll be recording. So this will be tomorrow. We'll start off with 1 and 2 and 3. Even though I think I already have what I would say a model, because that's what I want to get into. Like, that's something I was also inspired by today, but also something that I also want to engage in, and also something that I think I already am. So I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. If I had to be honest, but I've been Project Lightseed, the directorship. As a director, I am a director, but at the same time, I am what I would say, and this is a very interesting way to portray this, but actually I want to... okay, I remember now. So, here's the thing. For Light Dreams and for the Dreamcosm, I will model for the Light Dreams and in the Dreamcosm. But just like basic... not like too intense like Light Dreams and stuff, and too intense Dreamcosm living, stuff like that. Just basic modeling. So I'll be the vessel for the basic modeling for the younger generation and stuff like that. And then there could be other forms of experimentation, because to be honest, I did some experimentation yesterday, or I believe that I was in an experiment, so it was a positive thing. What else? So that'll be the directorship for Project Lightseed. I'll be the model, and then we'll just have more fun with the videos and stuff, and the videos will connect the Light Dreams together. So, movies, yeah. So, ultimately, I have been ultra powerful in terms of the perception that not only Project Lightseed has, but the perception of Project Lightseed in the whole new cultural understanding. So, I'm just going to put it under the umbrella of cultural understanding. The umbrella of cultural understanding of the new wave, for lack of a better word, this new tidal wave and this new aftershock of the new understanding of the media, and media in general, social media, and snap. What was the other thing? And videos, but more specifically like movies and stuff like that, and TV shows, and new age TV shows and new age media and that understanding. So, and the newest thing, which I would say would be like the forefront of the sort of frontier, because I need to be in the frontier to like really understand things. And I'll continue being in the frontier. But the Twitch streams, the river streams and the streams, and just the diving into the streams. So that was a success. Obviously that's a success, but I'm not explaining it slow enough. Snap. The thing is, I'm already like over and done with all that forms of river streams, and I already was like over and done with this sort of like, for lack of a better word, cyclical behavior that I attached galactic reality to, to the new media and to the videos and all that stuff and the TV shows. So that's kind of fun. Who knows? It's probably like a stadium and there's radiance blowing all over me. Or blowing out of me, like, just like antimatter particles flying at like faster than the speed of light, just in all directions, as a ball of light or something, or a being of light, which I am, a being of light. Anyway, I really want to, like, just whenever, let's pretend, like, for example, let's pretend something, I'm gonna tell a lie, but let's pretend I get nervous. And I get nervous because I believe there's incredible importance for marketing. So I need my marketing to go ham. It absolutely has to go ham. And if I were to get more nervous, that means I'm going to put even more pressure on marketing. And I'm just going to go out and flat out say that there doesn't need to be like an overly extreme amount of pressure on marketing. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. So that's my first priority. I don't need like an overbearing presence on marketing. As a matter of fact, I need more ease from marketing, and whatever it could be perceived as: marketing department, marketing company, the marketing corporation, the marketing team, the marketing leadership, venue, the frickin' marketing lobby, the marketing of LONDC, the marketing of the sanctuary, bridge, the marketing of all that stuff, the marketing of the whole, well, I guess mostly LONDC, Lucid Operations, Neverland, Destiny Command. So that's Lightseed. That's Project Lightseed. Of course, it's worldwide. Another thing that's a little bit off topic, I want a foundation of a farm, and I'm just gonna say it just to speed up time, just to speed up, so that I can have like a foundation of stuff, so I can consistently make stuff. So, and honestly, I don't really care how it gets done. I'll probably care later, but I don't really care how it gets done. But I want a farm, of course, with like at least 7, 8, 9 different types of plants. At least 9, because I absolutely need at least 4 or at least 3, something like that. We'll just go from there and just have a lot of fun in that spectrum. So yeah, I need at least 3 to 4 plants, and I want, it's kind of like secondary priority for some reason, but also the secondary priority is the vines. So I mean, gosh, that was such a double pun. With the vines, so grapes, grapevines, vegetables, and fruit, and cheese and stuff like that. But that's more secondary. Project Lightseed. So that's something that I didn't really mention. You know, among all the other things that I'm the director of Project Lightseed, and that's something that was really interesting to me. I had to like be at the forefront of the directorship. Had to be at the. Gosh, let me rephrase that. I'm at the front. I already said I'm at the front lines. So I'm at the front lines of that sort of comprehension, that sort of understanding, and I'm gonna accelerate. Because I know that people are already flooring it. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to floor them, and then floor speed, and then floor dream speed with their legs, because that's something that may already be happening and occurring. And if there's dream speeding going on at the same time that I'm dream seeding, then we're just gonna have an issue, and no one's ever gonna catch up, and it's just gonna be endless entertainment, and there isn't gonna be any education, and I can't have that, because I already witnessed the result of that. What happens when there's just endless entertainment, and it just seems like there's cycles of self-discovery that isn't necessarily as beneficial as it could be. So also, it's really important to know that Project Lightseed is not rigid at all. It's not rigid. It's very lucid, or very lucid. It's very fluid. It's very fluid because I'm the director. Obviously, I have to keep it fluid. I have to keep the whole consciousness that is involved. Not saying that I'm controlling the consciousness, but of course my preference is to keep the consciousness as fluid as possible, which is why I delegated the sort of leadership of Project Lightsea that I have already, which is also very powerful and intense. So I got to be more specific. I'll be more general and I'll be more specific. So, it's pretty much what I'm introducing or reintroducing is the brand new media, the brand new media in general, and what it is, because I can't really explain it directly because I also want to keep it fluid, but at the same time, after yesterday, today's the best way to sort of progress in the understanding of how we can somewhat handle it. So anyway, for lack of a better word, handle it. So, handle it. What do I mean to say? Right now, I'll just, for extra safety purposes, for bliss purposes, because I think it's really packed, I'm going to have the whole beach filled. So I'm going to, let's just say from NorCal to, no, let's say from NorCal to SoCal. All those beaches are filled. And then we'll just go from there. So the new form of media, the foundation already is the Twitch streams, which is not going to make any sense. I'm not going to apologize for that, but it's not going to make any sense. But the new media is the Twitch streams. So everything can happen through the Twitch streams. The amazingness of the Twitch streams is that you can express your story, your life story, and that's the amazing way to kind of not only express your love for what you want to attract, but to know that the love is instantaneously there at all times, because there's constant diving. I'm not saying that there is or isn't constant diving into the river streams or into the streams, but there's usually constant diving into the streams, and there's usually communication that happens. It is a form of their own movie sort of thing, but it's also the understanding of the ability to completely accelerate the willpower of just being being what the beingness is, sort of thing. Gosh, there's an eyelash in my ramen. Wow, that's delicious. Very good lunch. Oh, it's a scrumptious lunch, actually. Okay. Where was I? So, ultimately, or not necessarily ultimately in terms of like super universes and stuff like that, like ultimate universes, but ultimately, it's spicy. A lot of pepper. Just had a big bite of pepper. But I'm digressing. That has nothing to do with anything. All right. Ultimately, the Twitch streams are the new form of media, and the foundation is the Twitch streams. But the new form of media is kind of the, well, believe it or not, and this is going to sound absolutely bizarre, but it's a way, like if someone was in danger of just like completely losing, like not in the good way, losing control, just like in the bad way, or there isn't really like a good or bad way, but like was just absolutely losing their mind. That's a way that there can be beings, for example, Project Lightspeed, that can interact with that realm easily because it's something that's been going on for a while, sort of thing. Can't really say how long, but I mean, I could say weeks, but that would just make people more confused because they, of course, would end up doing exactly what I warned them against yesterday, which is absolutely hilarious. Anyway, I mean, it's not hilarious because I shouldn't be laughing at it. It shouldn't be funny because at the same time, some things aren't necessarily funny about it. But at the same time, there's a sort of like important elegance to it that can be integrated. It is the or like what I can only describe it in like what's involved sort of thing. So it's pretty much the expression of like how multiple connections and how like the spectrum of a reality or the spectrum of the what do I call it? The spectrum of that whole sort of video game universe. It's the discovery of that whole universe being an actual place that you can interact with, because, and this is something that I know and like have discovered through wisdom, but you can determine, because here's the thing, like no matter what, there's people that are going to be super serious about video games, and the thing is that there's it's a very weird thing because it's a new phenomenon, but you can tell when, or there's it's pretty obvious when, for example, people just dive straight into like the third part of a video game or watch the third series of a movie or like the third season of like a TV show without watching the previous series. There's an awareness that there's not much appreciation for the series, and the thing is, there's no judgment and anything like that, but it's really obvious. And the thing about the sort of new media, the new like videos, the new movies, all that stuff, the new media, is that's kind of like the fun of it. That's the joy that is discovered. Is people are not only learning how to be involved in this sort of video game world, but they're learning how to evolve in their own unique way, and they're learning about themselves and what they want to take part in terms of consciousness and in terms of life and visualization and stuff like that, and in terms of vision. They can impart their vision to the video game reality, and they can be connected and supported by those that, you know, are experts in the field or professionals. But, you know, the truth is there's no word for it, because gamers are more than just professionals. They're like no joke, like even if I were to not just be hype about it, gamers, it's the utilization of hand-eye coordination. It is the utilization of dexterity and of willpower, and it is the utilization of like fullness in what is being involved. So gamers have the ability, whether they're aware of it or not, to put their all into video gaming or into the video game industry or anything like that. But I'm digressing. So more specifically, because a lot of people can get a little wild about that, and that's kind of where the fun chimes in. So I'm definitely I'm gonna need my marketing team to double down. No offense. So basically, that is what the new media is. It is the interaction of this world where people that are even the ones that are not getting into video games and are just in the realm of discovering. And what I really mean is, like, most of the audience is the younger generation. Like, that's kind of the main audience that I care about, or that's pretty much the main employees that are involved in Project Lightseed in the first place. Or, like, that's what I would say the main audience would be for Project Lightseed. Or the main employees for. And I'm not going to get into many more details about, like, the employees or the hiring process, or excuse me, not the hiring process, or the like the friendship aspect of Project Lightseed. I actually don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, people can continue to modify their lives and advance their lives and develop visions and goals through their passion through video games. And the new media in general, like all the videos and stuff, can allow that sort of lifestyle to be experienced through the joy that they want to experience. And the thing is, like, just like there's directors that make movies and then like we have favorite actors and favorite scenes and favorite action, it's the same thing except it's more individualized. And the thing is, it's not taken away from the industry at all. It's not taking away from the old industry in which, you know, there's large groups of large audiences watching the one simple production, or one, it's not simple. Like, it's very complex, obviously. I'm not downgrading movies at all. But they're involved, it's like one major group audience involved in the, like, whatever one director created in the movies and actors that he was directing, sort of thing. So, and it's not like each movie is just that one set, and it's just like, you know, like, with all due respect, it's a lot more progress and a lot more entertainment and a lot more fun than, you know, the amount of time it takes to make a movie and then to have people watch it and then to have, you know, all that sort of wondrousness that happens following that. So the thing is, like, and this is of course important that we don't overspeed, and that's obviously never a concern, because what I'm going to say is it's going to sound absolutely ridiculous, but my marketing team is on point. But anyway, the thing is, the speed is completely different. It's not just that, you know, it's just chucking out movies every second. It's literally, it's a lot more than that, and it's a lot more complicated than that. Or as in, like, thick. As in, like, there's a lot more detail and a lot more depth, and a lot more deepness to it than the movies. And, you know, there's a lot more care about the characters. And that's the main hype about it. Because what the main issue is the fact that when people are expressing what they want to express, they're not able to tell their audience how much they care about their audience. And that's a danger, that's a main danger, because many people, like many beings, are already involved heavily in what they care about in terms of their own sort of media outlet. And the thing is, their audiences, or those that are, you know, still in the old ways of understanding media, they're not going to have as much fun, and they're not going to appreciate the love that's sort of like portrayed. They're not going to appreciate the love that's really, like, for lack of a better word, portrayed to the audience. So, which is why there's a lot of hype, and why there's a lot of speed, and why there's an increasing dream speed, and why I'm engaging in dream seeding. Because, like, when it comes to what the streamers want to stream, they're not just streaming their own excellent. I'm gonna finish this broadcast, and then I gotta take a call. So really quickly, the streams, they're just the acceleration of dream seeding and the understanding of, like, that type of reality that comes into existence when there's, like, the delegation or the understanding of a sort of consciousness acceleration. Because all the just all the dream seeding, all the acceleration, and all the fun that is present in the Twitch streams is just the foundation to accelerate the new sort of stages for movie creation and TV creation. So the fun part is the following. No pun intended, even though there is the following. But the fun part is the following. There's snap. So there's new movies now being made. Every single individual now has the opportunity to make their own new movie, and the new movie is the progress in which everybody can participate in if they wish or if they wish not to. TV shows, same thing. It's more seasonal or season worthy, so there's the ability to fast travel, which is something that is definitely possible. Fast travel is really just a form of bilocation of like the presence of like where we need to be, where like need to be like on the planet. So like if fast travel from like to different time zones for some reason needs to happen. For example, the fast travel of like I don't know, Nevada to India. Like if there's, hypothetically speaking, even though this could be a possible reality, hypothetically speaking, there's major gambling going on, and there's, when I mean major gambling, there's just major commerce going on for the production of a movie, TV show. But the thing is, there isn't the awareness of like how far the reach is. For example, like if there's like, so here's the thing, there's like 5 movies being made by one individual. There's all the people that are involved in those 5 movies. However, there isn't the proper, for example, dream seeding level of understanding of appreciation, because the whole experience and learning lesson and wisdom that's supposed to be advocated from those movies, from the 5 movies from that one individual, isn't necessarily understood. So that's when there's a sort of understanding group realm sort of thing, and I'm going to call that a dream realm. That's not really a thing yet, but that's when you balance with the consciousness of actual like entrainment mind of what someone is engaged in, which is usually video games. So with their focus upon the video games, then there's like the understanding of how it is like there's it's witnessable, or it's like it's possible to actually see the vision and progress of being able to have people actually see like and experience and actually get to feel like what these what the movies mean, what the purpose behind the movies means, and the also deeper meaning of the actual heartfelt energy and effort that's being put into the movies, which is just going to create more fun and more enjoyment, and obviously more inspiration. And the thing is that is going to happen regardless is the extreme inspiration, which seems to happen on many, many levels, which I'm not going to go into details about. But extreme sort of awareness of that grand hype, and then sort of the fun that results from such a reality. And so it is. So I'm going to end this broadcast short. I'm going to probably make another broadcast. I usually don't make afternoon broadcasts at all. But this is just a little unique sort of Project Lightspeed delegation in terms of directorship. I'll keep the... That's such a weird thing to say. But the directorship, 10 strongest people. I need to open up the numbers. So I'm going to say, like a few weeks ago, in the morning, which I didn't do this morning, and I apologize for that. Or actually, I don't really apologize. Perhaps there's a reason why I didn't. But I'm still going to have the 10, first thing in the morning. I'm going to try and remember, after midnight. I'm going to try and remember to have that broadcast. And I'm going to increase the number, not from 10 to 15. And there'll also be a secondary sort of arena, and then that'll be 30 people. So now there's 15, so it'll be the top 15 people in the world, and it doesn't necessarily have to be me, but most likely it will be. So the top 15, and then secondarily, same thing, top 30. So it'll be like top 10, or next top 10, and the next 10. So it'll be like 3 sets of 10. So yeah, that'll be that. So this is the end of this broadcast. Gonna cut this short, and just probably make another broadcast, maybe tonight, but definitely, hopefully, right after midnight. This is your host, Christopher Bowen, on this afternoon edition of the Christopher Bowen Show. With lots of love, newness, education, discovery of amazement, and the foundation of love. Life is good. Till next time.